And we are live here from Historic McDonough Park as the Geneva RedWings host the Auburn DoubleDays. A little bit late start here. Trying a new camera angle at McDonough right behind home plate. Hopefully those watching at home enjoy it. We'll see if we can get it a little bit better due to the fence there. And we're live on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva RedWings YouTube channel this time. I am Kyle French, calling the game for you. It's Drew Munn getting the start for the Red Wings. First two pitches missed 4 balls. Counts at 2-0 to the leadoff batter for the Auburn DoubleDays. It's Harrison Campy. As Campy steps in. Second meeting of the year for these two teams as the Auburn DoubleDays beat the Red Wings 14-2 on opening day here at McDonough Park. Campy went 1 for 2 with an RBI and 3 runs scored in that game. 2-1 count in there for a strike from Drew Munn, who has been successful for these Geneva Red Wings coming into tonight. 7.1 innings of work for the Red Wings on the summer thus far. As that one is fouled off, counts at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the first inning. Harrison Campy steps back into bat against Drew Munn. The 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit back up the middle. Second baseman fields it and throws over to first for the out. So Harrison Campy goes down to lead off the game for the DoubleDays, as that was Brandon Jelpe at second, thrown over to Jason Shockley from Rutgers University, the first baseman for the DoubleDays tonight, making his debut. And that will now bring up for the Auburn DoubleDays number 20, Tommy Roldan from the University of Virginia. So Roldan will step in, one gone here in the top of the first. That one swung on and roped back up the middle. Easy, not an easy play there, right over the center fielder's head. That's Nate Milk out there in center field. That one gets all the way to the wall, and that's a double for Tommy Roldan to lead off this game. And that'll now bring up Hazel Martinez, back for his second summer of PGCBL baseball. Martinez played summer ball last year with the Newark Pilots, now playing about 40 minutes away, still in the Finger Lakes with the Auburn DoubleDays. Martinez was playing college ball at Cayuga Community College before transferring to Union College, Division II in Tennessee. As Hazel Martinez steps in. First pitch of the AB from Drew Munn. Paints the outside corner, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the top of the first inning. DoubleDays had a 1-out double, courtesy of Tommy Roldan. The 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and popped up. Third base side towards the DoubleDays dugout, and that one's going to get into the stands here at McDonough. So Drew Munn getting ahead in the count, 0-2 now from Central Connecticut State University out of the NEC. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. As Hazel Martinez steps back in from the left side of the batter's box. Doubledays wearing their away red jerseys. The pitch, that one swung on and popped up. Same spot out of play, so we'll do the 0-2 again. As it's Brennan Staubley from Franklin behind the dish for the Geneva Red Wings here tonight. Martinez steps back in. The 0-2 pitch from Munn just misses outside, so the count's at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the first inning. Again, you're listening on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Martinez steps back in. The 1-2 pitch from Munn. That one swung on and fouled, out of play. Martinez certainly making Drew Munn work here early on. And coming into this game, Hazel Martinez batting .278 on the summer. With 11 runs scored, 10 hits, and 6 RBIs. That one swung on and hit deep into right field. Underneath it is Wyatt Patchett, who makes the play and the throw in, and Roldan will be held at second base. So 2 outs now in the top of the first inning. As that will now bring up the 4-hole hitter for the Auburn Doubledays, as it's Bobby Stang. Stang plays his college ball at Georgia Southern University, the Division I program. He's from Massapequa, New York. That one swung on and roped back up the middle. Jelpy fields it and throws over to Shockley at first for the out. So after a 1-out double from Tommy Roldan, Drew Munn retires 2 straight batters, and we're heading to the bottom half of the first inning. 0-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It'll be Nate Milk leading things off for the Geneva Red Wings here in the bottom half of the first. Doubledays did have a double in the first inning, courtesy of Tommy Roldan. Second pitch of the AB misses high as well, counts at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. And getting the start for the Auburn Doubledays tonight is Sam Huff. Plays college ball at Bates College. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Counts at 2-1 to Nate Milk, who will step back into the plate. Milk did not play in the first meeting between these two teams. 2-1 pitch from Huff, taken for another strike. Count is now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch and the windup from Huff. Taking strike 3 on the inner half of the plate. That one crowded Milk a little bit, but nonetheless, a leadoff strikeout for Nate Milk and 1 away. As that will now bring up Brandon Jelpe from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Batting .222 coming into this game against the Auburn Doubledays. And very similar to Nate Milk, did not play in that first game against the Doubledays. First pitch from Huff, taken for a strike. Off-speed pitch drops in there. Counts at 0-1. And the last game in the 6-3 win against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, Jelpe went 0 for 2, but did score a run. Second pitch drops in there for a strike as well. Counts at 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Bottom of the first, the 0-2 pitch from Huff. Slider misses outside. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Bottom of the first inning. Jelpe steps back in. The windup from Huff and the pitch. That one almost hits him in the head, right above the helmet area. Counts now evened up at 2. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bottom of the first. Brandon Jelpe at the plate for the Geneva RedWings. The 2-2 pitch. That one fouled into the net here at McDonough, and we'll adjust the camera accordingly. Knew that was going to be an issue here tonight, but we're trying the best we can. That one misses as well. Counts now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the first inning as Brandon Jelpe steps back in. The 3-2 pitch, that one swung on and popped up on the third base side. The catcher can't make the play as that one hits off the concrete, out of play at McDonough. As, again, apologize for the camera issues here at McDonough Park. Fortunately, with the screen getting in the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Jelpe. That one in there, strike 3. And that one missed probably about 6 inches off the plate. It's back-to-back strikeouts as I have a bird's eye view from right behind the plate. And we've seen it all summer. PGCBL umpires strike again. It's back-to-back strikeouts for the Red Wings. As first pitch swinging there from the batter, Danny Rogers from Central Connecticut State University. As he'll step up to the plate. Second pitch taken for a strike as well. Coming into this game for the Red Wings, Rogers is batting .162 on the summer. That one swung on and popped up into center field. Left center field, as that one's going to get down for a base hit. Excuse me, that one's going to be an out. Couldn't see with the sun there. The left fielder made the grab. Heading to the top of the second inning, 0-0 score at McDonough Park. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. here, back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel, as it will be Christian Baumann leading things off here for the Geneva Red Wings. Excuse me, the Auburn DoubleDays. First pitch in there for a strike from Drew Munn. Baumann will step in, number 28 for the DoubleDays. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here to Christian Baumann, who steps in batting .276 coming into the game tonight. That one swung on and missed, strike 3. Good movement on that pitch from Drew Munn. And there's one gone here in the top of the second inning, as that'll bring up Christian Melillo for the DoubleDays now. Melillo will step in. That one in there for a strike. Counts at 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. So Drew Munn dealing here in the top half of the second inning. That one comes on and hits the netting, as the count's at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the top of the second. The 1-2, that one swung on and hit back up the middle for a base hit, as that was a base hit for the DoubleDays. So their second hit of the game, and that was Christian Baumann. As that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich from Georgia Southern University. As we'll try doing a quick camera adjustment and see if we can get a little bit better angle. Not sure if we're going to be able to, because due to the net. That one swung on and hit down the third base line. That one will get into the corner, as it's going to be a double for A.J. Wenrich. And the DoubleDays have something brewing here with 1 out in the top of the second.
Now batting for Auburn, number 18, the first baseman. From Hiram College, Hale Walker.
So now coming up to the plate for the DoubleDays will be Hal Walker. With runners on second and third. First pitch in there for a strike from Drew Munn. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the top of the second inning. DoubleDays with back-to-back hits have runners on second and third now. The pitch swung on and missed. Munn getting ahead in the count now, 0-2 to Walker. No balls, 2 strikes. Munn comes set. And the pitch catches the outer half of the plate. Strike 3, and there are 2 outs in the top of the second now.
Now hitting for Auburn, number 23, from Villanova, Mike Hooley.
As that will bring up Mike Hooley for the DoubleDays. That one in there for a strike, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top of the second inning. And the DoubleDays looking to bring a runner home. Runners on second and third. Munn comes set and the pitch. That one misses high. Did the fastball. Counts evened up at 1 now. Hooley from Villanova University. He's a sophomore there. 6 foot 205, righty. Steps back in. The 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and roped out into right field. Wyatt Patchett underneath it makes the play for the final out of the inning. So Drew Munn gets out of a 1-out, 2 base runner jam, heading to the bottom of the second 0-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back at Colburn Park, it's Jason Shockley up at the plate who ropes that one into left field. I think we may have got the camera fixed a little bit. Might have to adjust it in between innings, but Shockley with a leadoff single now for the Geneva Red Wings, and that'll bring up from Franklin Pierce University, Brennan Staubley. So Staubley now will come up to the plate for the Geneva Red Wings with something brewing here in the bottom of the second. First pitch of the AB from Huff as the breaking pitch fooled Staubley. Count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike to Brennan Staubley, batting .227 on the summer for the Red Wings. That one swung on and hit back up the middle. Shortstop flips to the second baseman and on to first. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and they're two away quickly here. So after a leadoff single from Jason Shockley, Staubley grounds out into a double play, and that'll bring up Tyler Cerami now for the Auburn DoubleDays. Excuse me, for the Geneva Red Wings. Tyler Cerami will step up to the plate now, batting .174 on the summer for the Geneva Red Wings. 4 hits and 23 plate appearances with a double and 3 RBI. First pitch taken for a strike from Huff, who is already ready to throw another pitch. Huff comes set, the 0-1 pitch. That one misses away. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch. That one almost hits Cerami as he gets ahead in the count 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Cerami steps back up, the pitch from Huff Breaking pitch just misses high. Looked like it dropped over at the last second. But nonetheless, 3-1 the count now as the Red Wings up to bat. The 3-1 pitch from Huff. That one swung on and fouled off Cerami's leg. He'll take a walk out of the batter's box and get things set. Sun's starting to set there in left center field at McDonough. And then the lights will come out. Beautiful night for baseball here in the Finger Lakes, upstate New York. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So a leadoff single for the Geneva Red Wings, and a double play and a strikeout ends the threat heading to the top of the third. 0-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Carson Gross leading things off for the Auburn DoubleDays here. First pitch from Drew Munn, back out for another inning of work. Misses outside, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs in the top of the third inning. That one swung on and hit. It's going to be a leadoff single for Carson Gross. And the DoubleDays have a lead-off base runner to start off the top of the third, and back to the top of the order we go. That will bring up the shortstop, Harrison Campy, for the Auburn DoubleDays. Number 4 from Wofford University, Division I program. Drew Munn comes set. The first pitch of the AB drops out of the zone at the last second. Good pitch from Munn, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Carson Gross sits on first base for the Auburn DoubleDays as Campy steps back in. Came into the game batting .231 for the DoubleDays. Runner goes. That one hit and run applied. Wyatt Patchett, as that one will drop right in front of Patchett. Patchett was a few feet from making the play, which would have easily turned 2 with the hit and run on there, but it's back-to-back singles for the DoubleDays, and they have 2 runners on in the top of the third inning. That'll bring up the UVA Cavalier, Tommy Roldan, the designated hitter for the DoubleDays tonight. Wearing number 20. He'll step in from the left side of the batter's box. Singled in his first plate appearance as he steps back in. The pitch misses, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs here in the top of the third. DoubleDays have runners on second and first. Back-to-back singles from Carson Gross and Harrison Campy, and the DoubleDays looking to take the first lead of the ball game. 1-0 pitch to Roldan, taken for a strike. Counts at 1-1, all evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, top of the third. DoubleDays already have 5 hits to their credit thus far, but no runs to show for it, and the Red Wings have 1 hit. No errors between either team thus far. The 1-1 pitch from Munn. That one swung on and hit And that's 3 straight hits for the Doubledays. They're going to send Gross home. The throw, not in time. Carson Gross scores, and it's an RBI single for Tommy Roldan. His second hit of the game and first RBI, and the Auburn Doubledays take a 1-0 lead here. In the top of the third inning. For the Red Wings, their next game will be the 22nd. Have the day off tomorrow, and they will be facing the Elmira Pioneers down there at Historic Dunn Field in Elmira, New York. Southern Tier. First pitch of the AB to Hazel Martinez misses, counts at 1-0. So with no outs, the Auburn Doubledays now have runners on the corners. We'll see if they send Roldan at first. Second pitch misses outside as well. As that pitch appeared to tail off. 2 balls, no strikes, and no outs. As Hazel Martinez steps back in. That one misses as well. So 3 straight balls from Drew Munn. And with the dangerous hitting Bobby Stang on deck, don't want to walk the bases loaded here. Stang is third on the Doubledays in batting average at .324. And he leads them in RBI with 12. Not ideal to have the cleanup hitter up with the bases loaded. So that pitch taken for a strike. Roldan goes. The throw down as that one's going to kick out in the outfield. And they're going to send the runner home. No throw from Brandon Jelpe. And the Doubledays take a 2-0 lead as Harrison Campy came in to score on the throw down. So 2-0 your score now in the top of the third inning with no outs. That pitch was in there for a strike, so the count's at 3-1 now to Hazel Martinez. Big cut there from Martinez. Came up empty, counts at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the third inning. Doubleday is already with 6 hits here tonight. The pitch, that one swung on and popped foul, out of play. So we'll do the 3-2 again. As Hazel Martinez steps back up to the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Drew Munn swung on and fouled off yet again. Stang was charging towards, Tommy Roldan was charging towards third. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch swung on and fouled into the fence right in front of the Red Wings dugout. Martinez making Drew Munn work here yet again, as it seemed his first plate appearance was relatively similar to this one. Hazel Martinez steps back in. The payoff pitch from Drew Munn as he steps off. Oh, does not step off. Martinez fouls that one towards the dugout again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Martinez is making Munn work here. Big battle brewing early. The payoff pitch. That one swung on and roped into right field, and that one is long gone. Hazel Martinez, a 2-run shot. Well past the scoreboard, and no doubt about that one. Hazel Martinez back for another summer in the PGCBL and says hello to Drew Munn. A 2-run home run. The Doubledays now take a 4-0 lead here. Their 4th run of the inning as they now lead the Red Wings. The Doubledays' 7th hit of the game thus far. As that thing was absolutely smoked Wyatt Patchett took about 2 steps out there in right field, looked up, and just watched that thing sail. So home run for Hazel Martinez. As there's going to be a mound visit here. Head coach Dan Munn coming out to talk to Drew Munn. And awaiting on deck for the Doubledays will be Bobby Stang awaits on deck.
Now hitting number 30, the catcher, Bobby Stang.
So Bobby Stang stepping up to the plate now, and there's no outs. Doubledays have already scored 4 runs this inning. The 2-run home run from Hazel Martinez cleared the bases, the runner on base, that is, for the 2-run shot. First pitch misses outside, counts at 1-0. And for Munn, this is the first time he's really struggled thus far this year. Coming into this one, had a 1.22 ERA and 7.1 innings of work, 2 appearances, only given up 2 runs. So he's already given up 4 tonight, doubled his total in one night as that one's roped into left field. It's a single for Bobby Stang. And the Doubledays onslaught continues here in the top of the 3rd. Their 8th hit of the ballgame thus far, and we're only through 2 innings outs-wise, as that'll bring up Christian Baumann. Christian Baumann steps in from the left side of the batter's box to face Drew Munn. First pitch swinging, and that one is smoked yet again. And that one hits off the scoreboard, another 2-run home run. The Doubledays hit 2 home runs, 2 2-run home runs in this inning. And they take a 6-run lead now over the Geneva RedWings. Another one smoked out into right field, and that one clangs off the scoreboard. 6-0 lead now for the Auburn Doubledays, with no outs. As the next batter steps up to the plate now for the Doubledays, it's Christian Melillo after the second 2-run home run of the inning. 1-0 the score. 2 straight balls from Drew Munn, and it looks like there is someone up and warming in the Red Wings pen. As that one swung on and missed, counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. As the sun's starting to set in left field there, not a whole lot we can do about the sun. As that one swung on and missed, counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 6-0 your score in the top of the 3rd inning. The Doubledays have scored 6 runs, and Drew Munn is yet to record an out this inning. As that one's fouled off, so we'll do the 2-2 again. The 2-2 pitch misses outside, counts at 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. As Melillo steps back in, that one misses low, a walk, and that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich now for Auburn. And we're waiting for another mound visit, none yet. As that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich for the Auburn Doubledays, and for him, comes into this game batting .04. Certainly the hit in his last at-bat will boost that average. That one swung on and hit out into left field. As that one gets down, his second hit of the ball game. And that'll put runners on first and second. And here comes head coach Dan Munn. He's going to come out and talk with Drew. As it looks like Drew Munn's night will be over. Signal to the bullpen. We're going to take a break here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva RedWings YouTube channel. 6-0 your score. As we'll get the pitching change when we come back. We'll be right back. we are back here at McDonough Park. Pitching change for the Doubledays, as it will be Nick Franceschi from Finger Lakes Community College and local kid from Geneva, New York, as he comes on to pitch, as he will face Walker, Hal Walker from Mentor, Ohio, from Hiram College, as 2 quick strikes from Franceschi, and the count's at 0-2. As Franceschi comes set, the righty. Coming into this game for the Doubledays, Franceschi has a 3.0 ERA in 3 innings of work and 1 appearance. Gave up 1 run, 1 of those being earned. 0-2 pitch, fouled off into the screen here. Counts at 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs in top of the 3rd inning. Doubledays about to bat around in this inning. The pitch, that one misses low. Counts at 1-2 now. And for Walker, batting 125 on the summer coming into this game. One ball, 2 strike. As Franceschi comes set, the 1-2 pitch, bounce in the dirt. Good stop from Staubly. Runner goes, throw down, not in time. So a stolen base for Bobby Stang. As the count's now at 2-2. Runners on the corners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. The 2-2 pitch, runner goes towards second. Staubly makes the throw down, as A.J. Wenrich will take second base with ease.
For Auburn, the second baseman out of Villanova, Mike Hooley.
As that'll now bring up Hooley for Auburn. First pitch, right down the middle. Counts at 0-1 now. Runners on second and third for the Doubledays. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Franceschi, swung on and missed. Good pitch there from the local kid from right here in Geneva, New York. Gets ahead in the count. Counts at 0-2. To Hooley. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the second out of the inning. So on in relief, 2 quick outs for Nick Franceschi. As the Red Wings are just looking to end this inning. Auburn already has totaled 10 hits in the game thus far. And they have 1 out left to go in the top of the 3rd. As that brings up Carson Gross, who singled in his first plate appearance. That one misses low, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Nick Franceschi in relief for Drew Munn. The 1-0 pitch bounces, counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. Top of the 3rd. Carson Gross will step back in for Auburn. Batting .280 coming into the contest tonight. The 2-0 pitch from Franceschi, swung on in. Can of corn into center field. Nate Milk underneath it. Makes the grab for the out. And finally, the Geneva Red Wings get out of the inning, but not before the Auburn Doubledays put up 6 runs on 7 hits, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 6-0 your score. We'll be right back at McDonough Park on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We are back here at McDonough Park. 6-0 your score. Auburn puts up 6 runs in the top of the third, courtesy of 2 two-run home runs. One from Hazel Martinez. As the first pitch from Huff, taken for a strike, it's Wyatt Patchett leading things off. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third, Wyatt Patchett, also from Geneva, New York, will step in. Plays his college ball at Lemoyne and Syracuse, not far away. Breaking pitch drops in there, counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter. Wyatt Patchett out in right field tonight for the Red Wings. Breaking pitch off the outer edge of the plate. Counts at 2-2. Has some heckling from the Red Wings crowd. Can't say that I blame them, as that pitch was about 6 inches off the outside of the plate. That one misses same spot, so I'm not sure if that one was a strike, but it's a ball. Counts at 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs in the bottom of the third. 6-0 DoubleDays lead. The 3-2 pitch. That one misses inside. So it's a leadoff walk for Wyatt Patchett, as that will bring up Parker Walsh from Buford, Georgia. Step up to the plate now for the Geneva Red Wings. Walsh batting 176 coming into the game tonight for the DoubleDays. Couple of RBI as the first pitch taken for a strike from Huff. Huff out for another inning of work, and so far, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. As Huff comes set, the pitch swung on, and that one popped up out of play. Counts now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. In the bottom of the third inning, sun starting to almost set there behind the tree line in left field. The 0-2 pitch from Huff misses outside. Counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs to Parker Walsh in his first plate appearance of the game. He's out in left field tonight for the Geneva Red Wings. That one fouled off into the backstop. 1-2 the count now. Walsh steps back in. Huff comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good movement on the breaking pitch, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third. Again, 6-0 your score, as that'll bring up the extra hitter, John Aller. as John Aller will step in, tonight's extra hitter for the Red Wings. Cameron Boardman awaits on deck. Pitch taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. So for Aller, batting .071 coming into this game. He's 1 for 14 on the summer thus far. Has been walked 5 times. That one taken for a strike as well. So 2 quick strikes to Aller. And it's number 1, the shortstop, Cameron Boardman, again waiting on deck for the Red Wings. Huff comes set the 0-2 pitch. That one misses high. 82 miles an hour on that fastball. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-0 Doubledays lead. Huff comes set the pitch to Aller. Drops in there for strike 3. Good movement on the breaking pitch. And there are 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up Cameron Boardman for these Red Wings. Boardman plays his college ball at the University of Hartford. He's a sophomore there. Bats lefty, throws righty. And he's from Bradford, Vermont. So Boardman steps in with 2 away and a runner on first. It's Wyatt Patchett who drew the leadoff walk. As that pitch misses outside, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The leadoff hitter awaits on deck, Nate Milk. That one swung on and fouled on a line. That one will skip all the way near the Geneva Red Wings bullpen. Counts at 1-1 now. To Cameron Boardman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch taken at the knees, counts at 1-2 now. For Boardman, coming into this game batting .083 on the summer thus far. With an RBI to his credit. Boardman will step back in. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled. Was just able to make contact with that one was Boardman. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Cameron Boardman steps back in. Huff out there for another inning of work, and so far has been dominant. That one swung on and hit to the first baseman who fields it and steps on 3 unassisted. And with the leadoff walk, the Red Wings go down with 3 straight batters heading to the top of the 4th inning. 6-0 Doubledays lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It's going to be a lead-off double for Harrison Campy, as in between innings, the camera was actually hit by a pitch, a warm-up pitch, so he had to fix the camera. Sun is about to set behind that tree line, so it should clear up relatively soon. So lead-off double for the Auburn DoubleDays in the top of the fourth inning here. 6-0 your score. As Nick Franceschi out for another inning of work for for Geneva. That one swung on and missed by Tommy Roldan, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI on the night thus far. No balls and 1 strike, no outs. With Harrison Campy on second after the leadoff double. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the fourth. As Tommy Roldan from the University of Virginia will step back in. That one taken for a strike. Good pitch there from Franceschi. As he gets ahead in the count now, 1-2. As Nick Franceschi will step back on the mound. Roland steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strike, the 1-2 pitch, fouled off right in front of us here. As the count is at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. Top of the fourth inning. 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors for Auburn, and for Geneva, no runs on 1 hit, no error. Auburn scored all 6 of those runs in the last inning, courtesy of 2 two-run home runs, as that one is popped up behind the plate here. Stauble falls into the net and knocks over the camera. Stauble is okay, as we just cannot catch a break with this camera here tonight. Every time we get it fixed, something happens. We'll fix it quickly. One ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. As Roldan steps back in. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. For the first out of the inning, and since coming in, Franceschi's been very, very good for the Red Wings. As that will bring up Hazel Martinez from Union College down in Tennessee, Division II program. Martinez hit that 2-run moonshot into right field in his last at-bat, as he'll step in to face Franceschi. First pitch of the at-bat. Misses low, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Hazel Martinez will step back in. The pitch. Misses low, counts at 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. As Hazel Martinez steps back up to the plate. Franceschi comes set. The 2-0 pitch. Misses outside, counts at 3-0 now. With the dangerous hitting Bobby Stang awaiting on deck. That one taken for a strike. 3-1 your count. Franceschi looking to battle back in this count. 3 balls, 1 strike. And 1 out. A 3-1 pitch. And it is a walk, a 1-out walk for Hazel Martinez, and that'll bring up Bobby Stang.
Up next, number 30, the catcher from Georgia Southern, Bobby Stang.
Stang plays his college baseball at Georgia Southern University, Division I program. No balls, no strikes, 1 out. The first pitch of the at-bat misses outside, counts at 1-0. As Stang steps back in, Franceschi steps off and will fake a throw back to keep Roland close over there at second. Excuse me, that can't be at second base. Had the leadoff double. Stang steps back in. The 1-0 pitch taken for a strike as that one hits Hazel Martinez in the face over there when he dives back into the first base. The first base coach will check on him. He appears to be okay. Heads up throw there from Brennan Staubley as Martinez had a little bit of leadoff. Campy will advance to third on the throw over to first base. As that throw was right on the money. Low and right where you would need it. Just a little bit higher would have been in the glove. Instead hits Hazel Martinez square in the face. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch swung on a miss. Big cut there from Bobby Stang. Counts now 1-2. Stang is third on this Doubledays team coming into the night for batting average. And is their team leader in RBI with 12 coming into the night. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. For the second out of the inning. So Franceschi has runners on second and third now. Hazel Martinez advanced to second on the drop third strike. And that'll bring up Christian Bauman. As Bauman will step in. 2 outs in the inning. 6-0 your score in favor of the Doubledays. First pitch fastball. Misses high. Staubley acting as if he had dropped it and didn't know where it was to see if Campy would be caught napping and start going home. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. In the top of the 4th. That one swung on and popped up into center field. Nate Milk coming in. And it's actually the shortstop who makes the play for the Red Wings, as that's Cameron Boardman for the final out. So no runs, and Franceschi gets out of a jam heading to the bottom of the 4th, 6-0 Doubledays lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It's Nate Milk leading things off in the bottom of the fourth. First two pitches of the at-bat miss for balls. Counts at 2-0. 6-0 DoubleDays lead after they scored 6 runs in the top of the third inning on two-run home runs. As that one is swung on and hit towards the third baseman who fields and scoops over to first. What a play for the for the Auburn DoubleDays. What a play there. And there's one away, and that'll bring up Brandon Jelpe for Geneva. As Jelpe from Pittsburgh, PA. So one gone in the bottom of the fourth, and Sam Huff out for another inning of work. First pitch. Swung on, and that one roped on a line right towards the center fielder. That one will drop in for a base hit. So it's a one-out single for Brandon Jelpe, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Danny Rogers from Central Connecticut State University. Rogers from Troy, New York. As he'll step in from the left side of the batter's box. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 0-1. Big cut there from Rogers. Rogers still a relatively new to the Geneva roster, as this is his 5th game appearing in of the summer. That one swung on and fouled down the line. Counts at 0-2 now. For Rogers was batting 167 coming into the game tonight, with an RBI and 2 hits to his tally thus far. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the second out of the inning. As that'll now bring up for the Red Wings, that'll bring up number 38, Jason Shockley from Rutgers University, making his Geneva Red Wings debut tonight. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Brandon Jelpe sits on first base after the 1-out single. The first pitch from Huff. Good movement on that pitch as it dropped out of the zone. Counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. As Shockley steps in. That one is called for a strike. Counts at 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch, that one swung on and fouled off towards the DoubleDays dugout. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Shockley steps back in. He's at first base tonight for Geneva. The pitch, runner goes. That one fouled off, so Jelpe will have to head back towards first. And awaiting on deck is the catcher, number 39, Brendan Staubley. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch bounced low. Counts 1-2 now. So far across the board, 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors for Auburn, and for Geneva, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. That one misses inside. Throw over to first will have Jelpe sliding back in safely. Counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. 6-0 your score. That one swung on and popped out of play. So we'll do the 2-2 again. As Shockley steps back in. The Rutgers Scarlet Knight. The 2-2 pitch That one swung on and hit out into left field. That one's going to get down for a 2-out single, and that one's going to get past the left fielder, and Jelpe advances on that one. He'll end up at third base. So a 2-out single for Shockley in his first hit in a Geneva Red Wings uniform. And that'll bring up the catcher, Brennan Staubley from Franklin Pierce University, redshirted there this year. Staubley was batting .227 coming into the game tonight for the Red Wings. 3 RBI to his credit on the summer. So Staubley steps in. Runners on the corners. First pitch. Bounce low. Counts at 1-0. And awaiting on deck is the designated hitter, number 9, Tyler Cerami. One ball, no strikes. Huff comes set. Staubley in the box. The 1-0 pitch. That one lined into right field. Right field, as the right fielder makes a great diving play to end the inning. The DoubleDays get out of a jam there, as that certainly would have scored a run. Heading to the top of the fifth, 6-0 DoubleDays lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back here at McDonough Park, it'll be Christian Melillo leading things off for the DoubleDays here in the top of the fifth. 6-0 your score. And the DoubleDays have 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and the Red Wings have just been stranding runners. No runs on 3 hits, no errors. Strand 2 runners on the corners to end that last inning, as that one almost hits Melillo inside. Counts at 1-0 now. So 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the fifth inning, 6-0 your score. Again, we're live on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Thank you all for listening at home. Sun's starting to set there in left center field, as that one just misses. Counts at 2-0. As all of a sudden the strike zone is seemed to shrink behind the plate. That one, no doubt about that one, right down the heart of the plate. Counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. As it's Franceschi back out for another inning of work. And so far has done relatively well, retiring 6 batters. That one misses outside. Counts at 3-1 now to the leadoff batter, Christian Melillo. Number 12 for the DoubleDays. And waiting on deck is A.J. Wenrich. That one, not sure where that one missed, but it's a leadoff walk for Christian Melillo, and that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich, who is 2 for 2 on the night thus far. So that'll bring up A.J. Wenrich out in right field tonight for the Doubledays, wearing number 3 from Georgia Southern University, as he'll come up to the plate. That one swung on and hit to the third baseman, who fields and throws over to Jelpy at second and over to first, not in time. So it is a 5-4 fielder's choice for A.J. Wenrich, and that'll bring up Hale Walker. Hale Walker will come up to the plate now. For the Doubledays with 1 out. And Wenrich replaces Malillo on first there after the fielder's choice ground out. Lights are being flipped on here at McDonough. Top of the 5th. That one, breaking pitch. Good pitch there from Franceschi, and the count's at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out to the batter. The pitch. That one swung on and hit to the shortstop, who flips over to Jelpy and throws over to first to Shockley. 6-4-3 double play. Franceschi gets out of another inning, heading to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 your score. Doubledays lead the Red Wings. We'll be right back on Fingers One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It'll be number 9, Tyler Cerami, leading things off for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the 5th. Franceschi, since coming on to relieve Drew Munn, has done absolutely well, giving up no runs thus far and has recorded 9 outs. So Franceschi, the local kid from Finger Lakes Community College by way of Geneva, New York, right here where McDonough Park is in Geneva, has been keeping this thing right where it was when he came in. First pitch to Tyler Cerami misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. And is another local kid from Geneva, New York. It's Wyatt Patchett awaiting on deck. The 1-0 pitch from Huff swung on and popped out of play, foul, counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sun all but setting there in left field. The 1-1 pitch from Huff swung on and missed. Good movement on the stuff. Huff has a lot of break on his pitches that fade away from right-handed hitters. As the 1-2 pitch from Huff. Another breaking pitch. That one kind of hung up in the air a little bit. Nonetheless, the shortstop fields and throws over to first for the out. Great play there. 6-3 ground out for Tyler Cerami, and that'll bring up Wyatt Patchett for the Geneva Red Wings. And Patchett, 4th on this Red Wings roster in batting average. He's batting .300 coming into the game tonight. Walked in his first plate appearance, so he'll step in. The pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a strike. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The windup from Huff. That one misses just inside, counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out to Wyatt Patchett. 6-0 your score. Red Wings just looking to get their first run in the ball game. The 1-1 pitch. That one just above the letters, as a lot of Huff's pitches break at the last second. Many of the pitches look similar the whole way down until the very end. The 2-1 pitch from Huff. Swung and fouled into the mitt of the catcher, Bobby Stang. Counts evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Doubledays coming into this one at 6-6, and the Red Wings at 3-6. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A strikeout for Patchett in the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Parker Walsh for the Doubledays now, wearing number 11 from Buford, Georgia, by way of Lafayette College. Walsh batting 176 coming into this game. And so far, it's been smooth sailing for Sam Huff. No runs on 3 hits and no errors for him. The breaking pitch in there for a strike. Counts at 0-1. And Huff not throwing all too hard, sitting right about mid-70s, as that one is fouled off into the backstop. Counts at 0-2. Just a lot of movement on his pitches. And as I said, many of the pitches look very similar up until the end. The 0-2 pitch from Huff. Swung on, and that one popped up in the infield. First baseman coming on and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3, go the Geneva Red Wings. Heading to the top of the 6th inning. 6-0 Doubledays lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It's number 23, Michael Hooley, leading things off for the Auburn Doubledays here in the top of the 6th inning, and a pitching change for Geneva. As for the Red Wings is Josh Reinke coming on to pitch from Swarthmore College. 2 straight strikes from Rankies from Williamsport, PA. Junior at Swarthmore, 6'4", lefty. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on it and roped back up the middle. That one's going to get down for a leadoff single for Hooley. And that'll bring up the 10-hole hitter, Carson Gross, wearing number 5 for the Doubledays here tonight. So Carson Gross will come up to the plate now after the leadoff single from Hooley. First pitch, drops out of the zone, counts at 1-0. One ball, no strikes, no outs. As Ranky comes set, runner goes. Good steal attempt there from the runner. As a throw over to first. Score that one a 4-3 ground out. Good play there from Brandon Jelpe at second base. Threw it over to Shockley at first. One away. And we're back at the top of the order as that'll bring up Harrison Campy, the shortstop. Doubled in his last plate appearance for the Doubledays. The hot-hitting Tommy Roldan will wait on deck. So Campy steps in from Wofford University. The pitch from Ranky drops low. Did the curveball, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Top of the 6th. 6-0. Doubledays lead. The pitch misses inside. Counts at 2-0. So back-to-back balls from Ranky. Ranky comes set. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. The 2-0 pitch. That one misses just below the knees. Counts at 3-0 now to Harrison Campy, the leadoff hitter. And this would put runners on first and second with Tommy Roldan up at the plate. So 3 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. The pitch taken for a strike to Campy. Counts at 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike. And 1 out. The 3-1 pitch, that one fouled into the net yet again. Count is full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, 6-0 Doubledays lead. Josh Ranky coming on in relief of Franceschi, and the full count pitch, that one's going to hit to the backstop as the runner's going to round third about halfway, but he will retreat as that's Hooley down there at third base. And that'll bring up the red hot Tommy Roldan with the ever so dangerous Hazel Martinez, who had that 2-run moonshot to right field earlier, waiting on deck. And that'll bring up Tommy Roldan, the lefty. That one just misses. Count at 1-0 now to the lead to Tommy Roldan, with runners on first and third now. 6-0 the score, top of the 6th. The pitch from Ranky drops in for a strike. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Top of the 6th. Ranky steps back on the mound. Rolling down the left side of the batter's box. The 1-1 pitch. Misses low and away. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 2-1. That one swung on and hit to Shockley at first, who throws over to second. And that one's going to kick out into the outfield. So a run will score. It'll be an RBI. And the throw in from left field gets all the way to the backstop. 2 runs are going to score. And Tommy Roldan advances all the way to third. So an E3 out into the outfield and then an E7. And just like that, the score is 8-0. 8-0 your score in the top of the 6th. And very similar to the first matchup between these two teams, Auburn with a substantial lead. The final score of that last game was 14-2. The pitch swung on and popped foul. This is Hazel Martinez at the plate now. Martinez hit that home run earlier on in the game. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Top of the 6th. 8-0 your score. Taken for a strike. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 0-2 pitch, as they're going to say that he went around. The throw down. As Hazel Martinez is out, drop third strike for the second out of the inning. And there are 2 away. And that'll now bring up the cleanup hitter, Bobby Stang, with Tommy Rowland on third base. Pitch. Misses away, counts at 1-0. As Stang steps in. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit foul right off the pole behind the plate. Counts now even up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 2 outs. 8-0 Doubledays lead now after 2 more runs being tallied this inning. We're in the top of the 6th with 2 away. Doesn't appear to be anyone warming in the Geneva pen just yet. The pitch. Swung on, and that one hit out into left field, and that one's going to get down. It's an RBI single for Bobby Stang. His 14th RBI of the summer, as he is the Doubledays leader in RBI, and he's increasing that total as we speak. And that will bring up Christian Baumann, the right fielder, number 28. So Baumann will step in with 2 outs after the RBI single from Stang. And the score is 9-0 now here at McDonough Park. That one dropped in for a strike. Counts at 0-1. The 0-1 pitch misses just outside. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Christian Baumann, who also had that 2-run home run earlier on in the game. The 1-1 pitch misses inside. Counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 9-0 lead for the Doubledays now. As Baumann steps back in. Bobby Stang on first. That one swung on and popped up infield. As Stauble underneath it. Can't make the play as that one broke on him at the last second. Counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 2s across the board. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. As they will throw down to first, drop third strike. Score that one 2-3, a drop third strike. Heading to the bottom of the sixth, the Auburn Doubledays put up 3 more runs in the top half. 9-0 your score at McDonough Park. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel, will be John Aller leading things off for the Red Wings in the bottom half of the sixth. In the top half, the Auburn Doubledays added to their lead 3 more runs, so they now lead 9-0. Red Wings did have 2 errors in that inning, as on top of 2 hits. As Aller steps in, first pitch missed for a ball. It's Simon Aluko from Charleston Southern University. As that one taken for a strike. That one looked low and away. Counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. From Aluko, who can throw the ball significantly hard. That one misses low and away. Counts at 1-2 now on the swing and miss. That one dropped out of the zone. As that one misses inside, counts at 2-2 now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Simon Aluko on in relief of Sam Huff, the 2-2 pitch. That one misses low. Aluko stepped off the mound as if it was strike 3. Very close pitch, but the count's now full at 3-2. Aluko comes set, the lefty, the payoff pitch. In there on the outer half of the plate, strike 3. Aller goes down for a leadoff strikeout, and that'll bring up the shortstop tonight for the Red Wings, Cameron Boardman, number 1. Plays his college ball at the University of Hartford. He'll step in from the left side of the batter's box, so we'll have a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Those are rarity here in the PGCBL for the most part. Boardman steps in. The first pitch from Maluko. Slider misses all the way on the other side of the outside zone. As the count is at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 number 1. Ones all across the top of the scoreboard in right field. 9-0 Doubleday's lead. And it's Simon Aluko on in relief. That one is going to hit the batter. And the home plate umpire is going to send Boardman to first. Ben Julian coming out to chat with the home plate umpire. And if any of you have tuned into broadcasts over the years, we know Ben Julian certainly one to voice his opinions. We've seen him get tossed out on a few occasions over at Colburn. There will be a conference between the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. It appeared as if Boardman did go around, but we'll see. The ball did hit him. So they're going to probably, from the looks of everything, they're probably going to send Boardman back to first. Back to the plate, and the count will be 1-2. But we will wait. And that is exactly what they will do. The first base umpire giving the explanation to Dan Munn. So the count's at 1-2 and no hit by pitch as Boardman will head back to the batter's box. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Back to the plate comes Cameron Boardman, and Nate Milk and the rest of the top of the order wait on deck. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, 9-0 your score. Boardman steps back in. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 in the second out of the inning. And back to the top of the order we go to bring up Nate Milk, who is out in center field wearing number 40 for the Geneva Red Wings tonight. For Milk coming into this game, batting 190 for the Doubledays. For the Red Wings. That pitch misses low, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 9-0 Doubledays lead. That one just misses inside. Close pitch there from Aluko. As the count's at 2-0, Aluko sitting high 80s to low 90s. The 2-0 pitch from Aluko. Swung on and missed and fanned at from Milk. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Geneva just looking to tally some hits together and score some runs. 2-1 pitch, fanned at again. Counts at 2-2 now. And it would not surprise me if Aluko came fastball high here. Tried to strike him out with the high fastball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Aluko, the lefty, comes set. The 2-2 pitch, fastball outside. Counts at 3-2 now. So full count. Awaiting on deck is the second baseman, Brandon Jelpe. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch from Aluko swung on and fouled on a line. And it'll hit the fence right above the dugout of the Geneva Red Wings. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch swung on, and that one popped up out of play into the parking lot here at McDonough. Nate Milk will step back in, making Aluko work here in the bottom of the 6th. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, that one comes inside. And it looked like it went right behind him. So Milk will head to first. A 2-out walk for the Red Wings, and that'll bring up Brandon Jelpe from Pittsburgh, PA. As Jelpe going to come up to the plate now for the Red Wings. The first pitch of the AB, right down the middle, looked like off speed from Maluko. Counts at 0-1. Nate Milk over on first. Danny Rogers awaits on deck. Red Wings looking to string together some base runners. 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside. Counts at 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. 9-0 your score. Maluko comes set and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut there from Jelpe, and he falls behind in the count now, 1-2. Little bit of a lead at first base for Nate Milk. Imagine they'll be paying him no mind with a 9-run lead. That one misses about 6 inches off the plate, but they're going to say strike 3, and the strike zone's been there all game. But PGCBL umpires strike again, heading to the top of the 7th. 9-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes 1 Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes 1 Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel, will be Christian Malillo leading things off in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Ranke, taken for a strike, back out for another inning of work. 9-0 your score. We're in the top of the 7th now. And again, the Red Wings have the day off tomorrow, but the day after, on Thursday, they will be heading to Historic Dunfield in Elmira, New York, down in the southern tier to face the Elmira Pioneers. 7:05 p.m. start time. That one missed outside, counts at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Ranke on the plate counts at 1-2 now. A 1 ball and 2 strikes, no outs. 9-0 your score. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit, and that one's going to find the gap out there in right center field for a leadoff single for Christian Malillo. And the DoubleDays out to early work here in the top of the 7th. And that'll bring up the right fielder number 3, A.J. Wenrich, who has been good for Auburn tonight. Couple of hits for him already thus far, and certainly has turned his fortunes around, was batting .04 coming into the game tonight. So a pair of hits for him tonight, and that'll boost up the old batting average a little bit. First pitch swinging, fouls that one off into the stands, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Top of the 7th. for the Doubledays. 9 runs on 14 hits already thus far. No errors. Curveball drops in there from Renke for a strike. Counts at 0-2. From Swarthmore College is Renke. The 0-2 misses outside, did the fastball. Counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. A leadoff single from Melillo has him on first base for Auburn. The 1-2 pitch. Runner goes. That one popped up and hit on yet again as the play is made in shallow center field by the shortstop, Cameron Boardman, for the out. So 1 away, and that brings up number 18, Hal Walker, playing first base for the Doubledays tonight. Hard to believe that the Doubledays are running the hit and run, up 9 runs here in the top of the 7th, but that one swung on a rope to the shortstop, Boardman, who flips it to Jelpe. Jelpe over to first, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Renke gets out of the inning, heading to the bottom of the 7th. The Red Wings will look to string together some runs. 9-0 Doubledays lead. We'll be right back on Figure Lakes 1 Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We are back here for the bottom of the 7th inning, 9-0 Doubledays lead. It'll be Danny Rogers from Central Connecticut State University leading things off here. First pitch from Simon Aluko, back out for another inning of work. Taken for a strike, so counts at 0-1 to Danny Rogers. Rogers is college teammates with the starter for the Red Wings tonight, Drew Munn, as that one is popped up and caught by Aluko for 1 away. So a P1 and 1 away, and that will bring up Jason Shockley, the Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Shockley making his Red Wings debut and wasted no time, already with his first hit with the club. He is 1 for 2 on the night as Shockley steps in. That pitch misses inside. Counts at 1-0. McDonough Park, also the home of the Hobart College Statesmen Division III program on the Liberty League. Counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, 9-0 your score. Simon Aluko. The pitch. That one misses. 3 straight balls from Aluko, and the count's at 3-0. Shockley steps back in. Imagine he'll be held off, and he will. Take that one for a strike. Counts at 3-1. And Brennan Staubley awaits on deck, the catcher for the Red Wings tonight. The 3-1 pitch, taken for a strike. A lot of break on that off-speed pitch. Counts at 3-2. Bottom of the 7th inning. Red Wings looking just to get a run across. The 3-2 pitch fouled into the backstop. Some heat on that pitch. Counts at 3-2, so we'll do the 3-2 yet again. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 3-2 pitch. That one hits all the way to the backstop, and it fooled me. I thought that one was coming faster than it was. So it's a walk for Shockley. And the Red Wings have a 1-out base runner, and that'll bring up Brennan Staubley for the Red Wings. Staubley wearing number 39. Was batting .227 coming into the game tonight. Aluko comes set. Shockley on first, as that one hits off the top part of the overhanging press box. McDonough Park, one of those traditional historic baseball parks, as that one misses inside, counts at 1-1. A lot like Dunn Field down there in Elmira, the press box is on top of the roof. It's almost like a grandstand-esque type environment here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch from Aluko misses just below the knees, counts at 2-1. As Staubley gets ahead in the count. Two balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch from Aluko. That one swung on and fouled hard out of play. Counts at 2-2. Staubley was a redshirt this past year at Franklin Pierce University, but I reached out to former Newark pilot Ryan Mueller, and he said this kid's an absolute stud. Has a great arm behind the dish and can bat as well. The 2-2 pitch, that one lined, and that one's going to get in for a base hit, and right on cue, it's a 1-out single for Brennan Staubley. And that'll bring up number 22. There's going to be a pinch hitter now for the Geneva Red Wings. It'll be number 22, as that is Brady Gagne from Grafton, Massachusetts, and Hobart College. So he plays his college ball right here at McDonough Park, part of the Hobart College Statesmen. He'll step in for his first at-bat of the game, pinch hitting for Tyler Cerami. So far, he is 0 for 2 on the summer. Still without his looking for his first hit for the Geneva Red Wings. First pitch taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. No ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Gagne steps back in. The 0-1 pitch from Aluko. Misses high and away, counts at 1-1. And a walk here would load the bases for the Red Wings with a familiar face in Wyatt Patchett awaiting on deck. That one swung on and hit towards the second baseman, who fields and throws on to first. So it's going to be a 4-3 ground out, but it will advance the runners and do the job. So now that will bring up Wyatt Patchett, who is 4th on this team in batting average at 300 coming into the game. Wyatt Patchett from right here in Geneva, New York, by way of Lemoyne College, will step in with runners on second and third and 2 outs. And a base hit here likely would score 2 for the Red Wings' first runs of the game. Patchett will step in to face Simon Aluko. The first pitch misses outside, counts at 1-0. Significant speed difference between the fastball and the off-speed stuff. It's very, very noticeable. As the count is at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. Aluko comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Taken inside. And just by the body language of Patchett, you was very well inside, but the count's at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a strike as well. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, 9-0 your score. Wyatt Patchett will step back in. Aluko, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball blown right by him. Strike 3. 2 runners get stranded on base. We're headed to the top of the 8th. 9-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Pitching change for the Red Wings. So coming on in relief for Josh Ranke, it will be number 18, Jack Mullen from Freeport, Maine. Plays his college ball at Bowdoin College. First pitch misses. Counts at 1-1. That one got all the way to the backstop. 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 9-0 your score. Top of the 8th inning. Geneva Red Wings are running out of time. Be down to their final 6 outs as the 1-0 pitch catches the outer half of the plate, counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. The 1-1 pitch. That one misses outside as well, counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. For Auburn, 9 runs on 14 hits, no errors. And for Geneva, no runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. That one swung on and fouled into the glove. That's Michael Hooley at the plate. Hooley did single in his last plate appearance. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Mullen. That one jams him, comes inside as Shockley fields it and flips to Mullen for the out. Shockley could have probably just stepped on the bag. He was so close there. Didn't need to underhand flip that, but had to make a little bit of a flash out of that play, as that will now bring up Carson Gross, number 5. Gross batting out of the left side of the batter's box, and he's in the 10 spot for the Auburn Doubledays. And awaiting on deck is Harrison Campy, the leadoff hitter. The pitch from Mullen. That one lined into right field and will drop right in front of Patchett. Patchett down to a knee and stops that one into the ground. So a 1-out single on the first pitch from the 10 spot hitter Carson Gross. And the Auburn Doubledays have a 1-out base runner, and we're back to the top of the order, and that will bring up Harrison Campy. Campy has a double on the night, along with another single. As Campy steps in first pitch, fastball right down the heart of the plate. As that one at 87 miles per hour. Good heat from Mullen. A little bit of a lead there from Gross at first. As Mullen comes set. The 0-1. That one swung on and fouled. And to the backstop, counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pickoff attempt as the runner dives back in safely. Campy will step back in, and waiting on deck, Tommy Rowland, who has ran roughshod of the Red Wings pitching tonight. The University of Virginia, Wahoo. That one swung on and hit, and that one's going to find the gap between second and first, and Gross is going to round and head towards third, and that throw's all going to get all the way away. So Campy reaches first on the single, but advances to second on the E9, and that'll bring up Tommy Rowland, the DH. So he'll come up to the plate now with runners on second and third and a 9-run lead. And at this point, the Doubledays just looking to put the nail in the coffin here. Hazel Martinez awaits on deck, and not the guy you want to have on deck with runners on second and third. Mullen will look to put away Roldan here. As Roldan steps back in. The pitch. That one swung on, and that one's going to be hit out into shallow center field. Nate Milk underneath it makes the grab, and they're going to send the runner home. As actually that one got down. As Roldan beats it out. That one going to be an error. As I couldn't quite see but how that one dropped, but it ended up dropping. As that will be a scored an error. Not sure on who from the angle, but there will be an error out there as that one dropped in between several Red Wings players, and a run scores. So 10-0 the score now in the top of the 8th inning, and that brings up Hazel Martinez with runners on first and second and 1 out. Martinez steps in. First pitch from Mullen misses outside. Counts at 1-0. Hazel Martinez, again, had that monster 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning. That one misses outside as well. Counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. As Hazel Martinez steps back in. Martinez awaiting the pitch from Mullen. That one taken for a strike. As Mullen fighting his way back in this count. The count's at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. As Hazel Martinez steps in. The pitch just misses outside. Up and away. Counts at 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out to Hazel Martinez. The 3-1 just misses low, and that will walk. The base is loaded with the cleanup hitter, Bobby Stang, and the Doubleday team leader in RBI with 14 coming to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. And Stang, one of the few exceptions. Usually catchers not known for their hitting, but Stang certainly has shown that he has power in that bat, and as a reliable bat with runners on base with those 14 RBI. So Stang steps in, first pitch. That one apparently misses a little bit high, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the 8th, Doubledays already have a run scored this inning. 10-0 your score. The pitch, that one misses low, counts at 2-0. And nowhere to put Stang as the walk here would walk in a run. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. As Mullen comes set. And the pitch catches the outer half, counts at 2-1 now. Two balls, 1 strike, the 2-1 pitch. That one swung on and hit into the netting. So the count is at 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. As that one was hit into the backstop. In between innings, we will fix back that wide angle camera. Mullen comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Counts now full 3-2, and nowhere to put him. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Awaiting on deck is Christian Baumann. The 3-2 pitch. That one swung on and roped down the line. 1 run will score. They're going to send in another run, and Ben Julian is still waving his. So it's going to be a 2 RBI double for Bobby Stang, his 4th RBI of the game, and Doubleday team leading 16th RBI of the summer already. And just like that, the score 13-0. Has some words there from the Doubledays towards the umpire and Geneva, accusing them of throwing up and in. Excuse me, 12-0 your score. Error on my end with the calculation, but 12-0 the score. Correct score. That one popped up into shallow left field, as that one's going to get down, and that one's going to be an E7 as Hazel Martinez trots in to score, and now the score is 13-0. As so far this inning, 4 runs scored for the DoubleDays, and they aren't slowing down. That'll bring up Christian Malillo with runners on first and second and 1 out. So Malillo steps in, as that was Parker Walsh with the error out there, and that one is smoked into right field. And that one is gone. A 3-run home run. The Auburn DoubleDays' 3rd home run of the game. And the score is now 16-0. $16-0 your score, as head coach Dan Munn is going to come out and trot onto the field, and he's going to talk with his pitcher Mullen.
Now batting for Auburn, another Georgia Southern boy.
As now 16-0, and the onslaught continues. So Bauman with a home run, a 2-run home run. Hazel Martinez with a 2-run home run, and Christian Malillo with a 3-run home run. So 7 total runs coming off just home runs for the DoubleDays. So nearly half their runs via the home run ball. And Mullen's night will be over. We're going to take a quick break with 1 out and a 16-0 lead for Auburn. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva RedWings YouTube channel. So we're back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Pitching change for the Red Wings as it's Carter Fink from Victor, New York, not too far away down Route 96, and by way of Niagara University. As he steps in, first pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0, and the Red Wings will come up to bat in the bottom of the 8th after they get 2 more outs. But I'm being told that there is a 10-run mercy rule limit. So if the Red Wings aren't able to score 7 runs, in the bottom half of the 8th, the game will conclude. So Fink comes on 2 straight balls. The 2-0 pitch, that one swung on and missed, counts at 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, that one swung on and hit foul out of play, counts at 2-2 now. And Fink has a 13.5 ERA in 2 innings of work. 3 hits, 3 runs, and 3 of them earned on the season. So Fink comes on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Fink swung on and hit foul, same spot. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 16-0 your score. That one swung on and hit fair, and that one's going to hit off the bag, and it'll be a single for A.J. Wenrich, the DoubleDays' 19th hit of the ball game. So not slowing down anytime soon. And that'll bring up Hal Walker, number 18, with 1 out. In the top of the 8th inning. So 7 runs. Doubledays, believe it or not, have only scored in 3 innings here tonight. But it just so happens that in the 3rd inning, they scored 6 runs, and in the 8th inning, they scored 7. And then in the 6th inning, they scored 3. First pitch miss for a ball count. 1 breaks inside, counts at 1-1 now to Hal Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The pitch. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Patchett doesn't have enough speed to break that one down. It booted foul anyways, out of play. Counts at 1-2. That one over there near the Geneva RedWings bullpen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And the pitch misses low. Counts at 2-2 now, evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch from Fink. That one hits into the backstop, foul, and we'll fix that camera real quick for you guys. Yeah, 2-2. As that one misses, counts at 3-2 now. That one roped into left field. Actually, that one just drops in front of the shortstop. That one was hit on a line. As that one's going to be an out at second base. So score that one a 6-4 fielder's choice. And there are finally 2 away here in the top of the 8th. And that'll bring up Mike Hooley from Villanova University with 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Fink looking for the final out of the 8th. As that one misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And 2 outs. As in between innings, we will fix the slanted camera angle for the bottom half. That one swung on a hit right back towards Fink, who gloves it and throws on to first, but not before the Doubledays completely blow this one open. 16-0 your score. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, the Red Wings will look on to tack on some runs. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Be Parker Walsh leading things off in the bottom of the 8th inning. There was a pitching change for the Doubledays. I believe that's number 22 out on the mound now. That one swung on and hit on a line. Third baseman fields it and throws over to first for the out, as that's Walker over at first with the scoop. One away. Parker Walsh grounds out 5-3. As that was Carson Gross throwing over to first. As this brings up Casey Burkroff, number 16 from Waterloo, New York. The pitch. Taken on the outer half, counts at 0-1. As that's Jake Danieluk from SUNY Oswego on the mound. That one, that's number 23 on the mound, not Jake Danieluk. Number 23 for Auburn now pitching. That's Michael Hooley pitching, who was in the batting order. And he is the second baseman. He was the second baseman. Number 19 was over at second base now, as that is Kevin Dolan from Auburn, New York, playing second base. That one misses. Counts even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Counts now full at 3-2. 16-0 your score. Auburn leads. And in 2 games against the Geneva Red Wings. That one swung on and roped back up the middle. Second baseman fields it. Throws on to first for the out. A 4-3 ground out for Burkroff. And there are 2 away. Doubledays. Red Wings are down to their final out. And that'll bring up Cameron Boardman, the first baseman. As Burkroff did hit that one, a roping ball right back to the pitcher, hit off his glove. As Dolan was able to field it and throw over to Walker at first. Cam Boardman comes up for the Red Wings. That one misses outside, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, and Red Wings are down to their final out. The 1-0 pitch misses inside, counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch, that one popped up out of play. Count is at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs, as Boardman will step back up into the batter's box. 16-0 the score. Red Wings down to their final out. Pitch misses outside. Counts now 3-1, and waiting on deck is Nate Milk, the leadoff hitter for the Red Wings. The 3-1 pitch. Bounce in the dirt. So a 2-out walk for Cameron Boardman, as that brings up Nate Milk. And again, Red Wings are down to their final out of the game if they cannot score 7 runs here this inning.
Geneva
due to the
reporting
mercy
out of
rule,
Williamsville, New York, Nate Milk.
as this will bring up Nate Milk from Niagara University. That one misses outside. Count is at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch misses. Counts at 2-0 now. As there will be a pinch hitter waiting on deck. It's number 3. That one swung on and fouled. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And awaiting in the on-deck circle will be a pinch hitter. That's number 3, Ricardo Reyna from San Antonio, Texas. As the 2-1 pitch almost hits Milk. The count's at 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 3-1 pitch. That one popped up right side, foul territory. Walker underneath it and makes the play, and the ball game is over. As the Auburn DoubleDays win this one 16-0 in 8 innings due to the mercy rule. And for the Geneva RedWings, they will be off tomorrow on the road to Dunn Field, then a pair of off days. Then they're on Sunday, they're at Batavia. They won't be back home till next Tuesday against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks for their final home game of the season. And as always, I'm Kyle French on Finger Lakes One Radio, this time on the Geneva RedWings YouTube channel. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to everyone who was listening at home. We will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.